So, I've been speaking with my daughter and a few of my friends on Facebook and social media about, they say Trump is anti-trans, anti-homophobic, or anti-homosexual, I guess. And my daughter pointed out that he wants to end the special protections that make homosexuals a new class of people in crime, to where if you beat up a homosexual, you can be charged with a hate crime, which is an escalated crime and gives you more consequences. And I told her I'm in favor of that. All the way back to 2011, I have a video, and in the video I stated two things. One, I absolutely support gay rights, gay marriage. I want them to be equal to everybody else. They shouldn't have anything less. They should have the same dignity and the same rights as everybody. But the thing I did oppose, and this came from Obama, was these anti-discrimination laws, which create hate crimes when dealing with homosexuals and violence. And my appeal to this was that I was homeless as a kid. I was living under a bridge on I-90, or under I-90 in Seattle when I was 17, I think. I think I was 17 or 16. And I got woken up by two guys that robbed me, took my backpack, and stabbed me. And I was just sleeping. I didn't know who they were. I didn't have any issues with them. And so I, was a victim of a crime towards homeless people. And I told her that I know hundreds of gay people. I've worked in activism, cannabis activism, other activism for all of my life. I had gay friends in school. I went to my friend's funeral. It was 2001. My friend Tony died. Or was it 2000? Anyway, and I spoke at his funeral, and he was gay. Him and his lover, Tigger, whatever they called him, died in a car accident. I didn't know Tigger. I knew Tony. I spoke at his funeral, and I had a lot of love to give him and his family and comfort them during their loss, because I cared for this guy. He was a good kid. He was a lot younger than me. He was my friend's friend that I used to go over to their house, and they let me live with them for a while, and he was part of the crew. And yeah, I really felt deeply for him as a friend. I spoke at his funeral. And anyway, out of all the hundreds of people that I have known and associated with that are gay, I have not known one ever that has gotten beat up for being gay. No violence at all. Not any of my friends. Maybe there are them out there. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. But, when I was homeless, I knew dozens of homeless people who got beat up simply for being homeless. And like the verbal abuse they gave me was all about me being a leech on society, or, I'm a homeless scumbag, doesn't do anything, blah, 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 whatever. It was all discriminatory towards homeless people. And I said, I am all in favor of crimes against violence, the penalties for crimes against violence. But I am not in favor of special rights or privileges or escalated crimes that create a class for certain people of crimes that are different than everybody else's. Like, I want equal rights for gays. You can look in this description of this video, and I've always said that. Ever since 2008, I've made public videos expressing my desire for homosexuals and whatnot to have the same exact rights as everybody, including marriage, including everything, including end-of-life benefits, including insurance, including all the things that gay marriage gives to people who are involved in that kind of a marriage. Just like with heterosexuals, they get those protections and privileges too. So I don't believe heterosexuals should have those privileges, but gays should not. I think everybody should be equal. But I don't agree that if somebody beats up a gay person, that they get an escalated crime, any more than I agree that if somebody beats up a homeless person, that they should get an escalated crime. Violence is a crime. Violence is violence is violence. It's a crime. You hurt somebody, you go to jail. Like, that's my belief. But I don't believe in this special class of people that is designated by these new laws. And so I agree with Trump on that. That's one of many things I agreed with Trump on, that I agreed with Trump on before Trump even had those platforms, before he was even in politics, before he even announced he was going to run. I felt and held those beliefs. Ending the Federal Reserve, he's kind of toyed with that idea. I've always believed in that. Strengthening guns in society, our rights to have guns, I totally believe in that. Ending many federal agencies, the Department of Education and BLM, and there's so many that are destructive and counterproductive. I would love to see those end. And he supports some of that. And so while I do support some of his policies, it's not because of him that I support those policies. It's because it's rational and logical to me, and that's why I support him. I just wanted to mention that I really don't believe we should create a new class, a separate class of people. Everybody should be treated equally according to like the 14th Amendment. We don't need these extra laws. These things are already crimes. That's all I have to say.